Hey guys, welcome to Texas Tuesday, where we help you narrow down where to live in this vast state of Texas. On this episode of Texas Tuesday, I want to talk with you about just briefly the market. And then also we have a few questionnaires that we wanted to highlight today and help narrow down where to live in Texas. We have houses anywhere from 350 to right now we have a 1.5. But we sell anywhere from, $200,000 homes to $20 million homes. So fill out the questionnaire if you are looking to buy a home in Texas, and we would be happy to help. So the first thing I want to start with is a market update, because we keep getting this question, is the market going to crash? And what's really interesting is, so we had all these news media, YouTubers are constantly talking about this upcoming market crash. And while we can't predict the future, this whole time we've kind of been talking on our team about, I just don't think it's going to crash like everyone's predicting, just because we have a pulse, with buyers especially. Well, now, if you've noticed, media is releasing all kinds of content on why the market is not going to crash. So I just found that very interesting. So the market, it did a normal slight pullback like it normally does, but we still are going into multiple offers in many cities. But it is an opportunity to get in. But my big thing is, if a market crashes, if we have a housing crash, history shows that it will always go back up. So I'm not afraid to purchase a home. I don't feel like I'm purchasing at the height of the market. And we are actually looking to buy a rental property right now. So I'm actually living what I'm saying. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, that now the experts, the gurus, are forecasting that we will not have a market crash. It is possible, and there's always a crash possible around the corner, because we can't predict wars or any other kinds of crazy things that happen in this world. But I believe that ultimately real estate continues to go up. So my advice to my teenagers, I have teenage kids, is buy a home as soon as you possibly can, because it is one of the greatest paths to wealth. In fact, 80% of wealthy people got there by being a real estate investor. Okay, so let's move on. That was my quick 2 cents, because I get a little annoyed with the clickbait and selling fear on media. So that's my little rant. So thanks for listening and watching. And let's talk about these questionnaires, help people narrow down where to live. I have Kay here.
Hi, guys.
Kay, who do you have?
Well, I have Michelle and Brandon, and they are moving here from Washington State, along with several other people that I am working with right now, which is great. They are specifically looking to be within 20 to 30 minutes of Arlington. So love that area. They have one of their kids is still in high school, and they need to finish that up. So schools are important. Top 30% is what we're looking at. And they're looking to move around November, December. The cool thing with Michelle and Brandon is that they're going to be paying cash. So they have
That's so helpful.
Yes. They have so much more opportunity to be able to get into a home without having to go into bidding wars or putting in offers that are way above listing price.
Okay. So where would you recommend, or do you have any thoughts on that?
So with the price point being right around 300 to 350K, there are some opportunities right around the Viridian area. That's where you can still get great schools within Arlington specifically and still be in that price point that you guys are looking at. Since they're not looking only at new construction, you do have availability for some of those older homes that are still in the great schools over there. Mm-hmm. Next up would probably be going a little bit north, just like Bedford, Euless, Hearst. The HEB area is probably going to be a really, really great bet. Homes over there, they are a little bit older, but they are beautiful. A lot of them are newly renovated. You get larger lots, possibly even a swimming pool. And I know their daughter is on the swimming team. Trees are awesome. You don't come across them in those new constructions. So anything older is better.
Right. Okay, very good. Very good. Who do you have, Kevin?
Today I have Rebecca, and she is coming in all the way from Dubai, so quite a ways away.
I want to visit Dubai.
It's a beautiful city.
It's a beautiful city.
Oh.
You know, they just put all that together in about the last 20 to 30 years.
I know,
It's
that's
crazy.
why it's like the newest city.
Yeah.
I want to go visit.
Tallest building in the world too. So super cool. But Dallas is awesome as well. So glad to have you guys come in here. Rebecca is going to be relocating because she's going to start a business. They have some family here already, and they're going to be starting their family here in DFW, which is super exciting. So with that, schools are very important to her. She wants to stay within the top 20%, and our budget's right around $1 million. Give or take some. So in that price range, most of those homes are going to already start you off in the top 20% unless you were looking for true acreage or out in the more rural areas. She's looking for a newer home and even possibly doing a ground up build. So if we're looking for build jobs in some of those newer master plan community areas like Windsong Ranch, or when we start getting up in Salina or going further out towards Rockwall, maybe the Heath Boat and Yacht Club or Golf Club, I'm sorry. You can get some of those with either a view or a brand new larger 5,000 square foot house. Rebecca's looking for at least 3,000 square feet. You can get that all day long in the $1 million price range. You're really looking more at 4,000 or 5,000 square feet. 2-car garage minimum, possibly even a 3 if that's important to you guys as well. Some other areas, she's going to be a designer, so she's not afraid of a little bit of a challenge. She just wants to be in the right neighborhood that meets her needs, where she kind of gets that familial feel. So besides that, you've got also Frisco, which is going to be newer, but with Frisco, you're going to have those smaller lots. If you're looking for something a little bit more established, larger lots, we also have Colleyville and Southlake neighborhoods like Tiburon, and then down when you go into Colleyville over in Remington Park, we have some homes right around that $900 million range that are beautifully, they're established. They have large homes in them and lots of amenities in the neighborhood as well. So walking trails, tennis courts, community pools, all of that jazz. If you're looking for a true half acre or acre lot, maybe go out to Hazlitt, where you can build in the vines and get a true luxury home with a pool, even right at about $1 million. So
Yeah.
that's what I've got for Rebecca.
I like the vines. You may see us mention the vines over and over because, well, Haslett is all flat land except right there where there's some hills. That vines is in just, it's a beautiful part of West Fort Worth, Haslett. So Julia, you have someone too.
I do. I actually have 2 families that are similar. So I'm going to just talk about both of them because you all both want some country life. And so Carisha and Brian, hello from San Antonio. So you already know how beautiful Texas is. And you indicated Weatherford, Aledo, Granbury. I'm going to throw Decatur in the mix. I do feel like you definitely want to check out Decatur as well. Over the past couple of weeks, I've have gotten to spend some incredible time with 2 different families that are looking for country life. So I have been in Weatherford, Aledo, Granbury, Decatur, Springtown. I'm going to talk about Springtown too. Just over the past 2 weeks, put a lot of miles on my car, but it's been so fun and scenic. I just love the country life. And so anyway, but yes, so Carisha and Brian, you are unique a little bit as far as you do want to have chickens, but you also want the community atmosphere as well. So I'm going to put in Harvest by Hillwood also as a mix, is up near Aledo. So if, some of these communities will, they're addressing like the community as far as, like the farm, they have a farm to table where they have got community gardens and things like that. And they did have some chicken coops at one point. I don't know if they still do, but we know a lot about all of these different communities and are able to help you out with that, So Aledo, super safe. I met one of the owners one time. He was there during the showing, and he was a retired police officer, and he moved there specifically just, for the safety. He goes, I don't even lock my doors. And he goes, it's just so safe out here, and it's beautiful, So there's, definitely some areas to look at and that you will love. Springtown, I showed the home twice. It was on 2 acres. It's a brand new build. It's gorgeous.
You get so much for your money out in
You
Springtown.
do.
It's ridiculous.
This was a 4-bedroom, 3-bath with a study, and it was $549,000 and on 2 acres. And the builder's very motivated. I have gotten several calls from this seller's agent, and he said he's highly motivated to sell because he can't build his next house until this one sells.
Got it.
So these one-off builders, that you have that may build only 2 or 3 homes a year, they're relying on one house selling before they can build.
It's interesting.
So it's, so that's always, something to be aware of and know too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. Okay. So yes,
Oh.
I second. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Jason and Naomi from Canada. You're the other
From
family
Canada.
that was talking about the country life.
Oh, yes,
So,
yes.
Welcome. Thank you.
So I second that. I second Decatur, Springtown, Weatherford. We have a lot listed right now in Weatherford. And so that neighborhood, it's going to be a community environment because of the neighborhood, some deed restrictions, but country life, like 2 acres per lot. True country. And Weatherford, if you want country life, Weatherford, it doesn't get any more Texan than Weatherford. They had their, yeah.
They have their own shopping center though, so it's not that you have to track into town every single time. When you wanna
Yeah,
go
there's
into
so
Weatherford.
much. They have a Home Depot shopping, so it's not
Literally
like
everything.
you
then if-
don't have to go forward.
If you need something specific, then you go into town. But Weatherford really suits the bill for most. And I sold a house in Weatherford 2 months ago and was checking in with clients yesterday, and they text me, "We're so happy that we made it out here. This is our dream home. We're doing some paint, but we're so glad that our daughter is fitting right into school."
Oh, I love that.
And
so
that's
much.
that's such a big piece of the puzzle, right? When you move, and make sure your kids feel welcome and find their niche. So also, like we were talking about earlier, Decatur and Springtown, that is true country out there, but you're only 25 minutes into Alliance Town Center off 287 and 35. But it's a great place for acreage or investment even for future as things continue developing west.
Yeah. Do we have any comments?
Yes, someone has asked me about how long would you say new builds are taking on average to be built right now? So,
I think it does vary on price point a little bit. When you're looking
Yeah.
at $1 million plus, I think that homes are taking, correct me if I'm wrong, I would say a year to a year and a half. Whereas anything under $1 million, it's probably around 9 to 12 months right now.
So for a production home, 9 to 12 months. For a custom home, a year to a year and a half.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Okay.
a year and a half, really more for a
Yeah.
custom home. Anything that's gonna be above 3,000, 3,500 square feet, you're really looking closer to a year and a half.
Yeah,
But-
and it depends. So some of these, here, let me talk to you guys on the camera. So some of these custom builders already have the design, the architecture, the plat and everything for the lot, and they're just waiting for a buyer that can then pick out the details. To make many changes on the blueprint, as far as structural, your slab, there's not a lot of room for change there, but you can still customize the heck out of it.
And I think
And
that's
that's
part of the
faster.
process.
Yeah.
That's
That's
the,
part of the timeline,
Yeah.
and with custom homes, it's one of the big things.
It can shave
that-
2 months off.
Yeah.
it has
literally.
for my buyers.
Yeah, mine
I have-
too.
Yeah, my buyers are building a custom home out in Cedar Hill, and it is taking much longer to even get the foundation poured. We're crossing our fingers we get it poured this week,
Yeah.
but it was delayed about a month and a half,
Mhm.
just getting soil ready, the blueprints, getting permits from the city, getting permits from the neighborhood and HOA. It takes a while.
Do y'all have some more comments?
just someone wanting to know about month-to-month rentals while you're house hunting.
Oh, great question. I love this. So our clients, a lot of times they'll come in, maybe they don't know their furniture yet, they're coming in from out of state, or they're selling their home, they're under contract already while we're looking, maybe we just haven't found the right home yet, or we have a contingency and we're having some trouble getting under contract on something. So I always encourage our clients, find an extended stay or an Airbnb. A lot of people overlook the Airbnb and VRBOs. I know they can be a little bit expensive sometimes, but hang in there because we'll find you something, and we're going to get in. Or if their new build isn't completed yet. So we're just talking about new builds. A lot of times they're running a little bit over their timeline. Maybe they're a month or two late coming in, having some challenges as far as material or labor goes. So we are resorting to that if they're having troubles. Now, try to book those in advance because I know they're kind of filling up quick. But just to touch back on the new construction for custom homes, it can be 3-4 months just to get that floor plan if you're starting from scratch. But builders are starting to get faster as we continue working with them and talking to them every
Yeah.
day. I know they're really coming down from kind of that 12-month timeline closer back to the 8-10 months. They used to could build in 6 if they were
On
really
the
pushing
production
for it.
side, yeah.
But now we're really kind of looking towards 8 to 12 more for
Okay.
your 2,500, 3,000 square foot.
Are you finding that builders are locking in the purchase price or waiting until sheetrock stage or a stage to lock in the price? Because I know that's a big concern with new construction, both on custom as well as production homes. Any thoughts on that? What you've seen lately?
A lot of times the answer is yes, they're locking in prices. Not the only, but another instance that might come across if you're doing a custom build is where you're having to purchase the lot and then do a construction loan that's interest only until your home is finished building, where you can wrap everything into one mortgage. So that's a lot of times people don't necessarily think about that, as opposed to just having to bring your 1% earnest money to get going on
So
your
you're
build
seeing
and
that
locking things
on
in.
production homes too, or just
No,
custom?
just custom.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
That's a
production
custom thing.
Production homes are typically locking in their price.
They
I know
are.
there was a big uncertainty this summer because they didn't know what material charges and costs were going to fluctuate. But now that I feel like we're kind of on the back end of COVID and getting better with materials, things are starting
They're
to come back
feeling
in
a little
stock.
more secure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they know.
There's still
it'll
a
be
whole
more.
lot more. There's a lot out there that are not locking in until it is at sheetrock stage. And
Okay.
that's when the price locks in.
And I talked to a lot of builders just yesterday about that. And so it's still out there, you know,
Okay.
so, yeah.
Okay, so
It's a builder to builder.
So it depends where you're gonna live, where you're gonna move, how in demand they are. If you want a little less demand, then maybe go a little further out. And we were talking this week again, we keep bringing this up, Salina's the next hot city.
Yeah.
So don't neglect Salina. Do we have any other questions or comments?
No.
Okay,
All right.
well, we will see you guys. Wait. Oh, we have the giveaway.
Yeah.
It was on Instagram. So if you're watching on YouTube, then follow me on Instagram, and we had a giveaway for $500 airplane tickets to come visit Texas, because everyone needs to come visit Texas, you know? All right, so you want to share who it is?
Yes, so the winner is at JoeFam5.
The winner's at JoeFam5.
All right.
Very cool. Thank you guys so much for watching, and subscribe, and and don't forget that when you can fill out the Dream Home questionnaire and hook up with one of our agents, a one-on-one consultation on Zoom and anything else. So thanks you guys so much for watching, and we will talk next time.